So dear students, in this video we discuss various problems on hire purchase. The types of problems on hire purchase, there are different types of problems may come in the examination. As soon as you get the question, find out for which type of problem it belongs. In the first category, the installment amount is given, rate of interest is given, and cash price is also given. So this is a very simple form of problem where all the three are given. So the solution, to get the solution of this problem is very simple. Second type of problem is like here installment is given, rate of interest is given, but cash price is not given. So you have to find out the cash price. So there are two methods. You can go with backward method or annuity method. One of the methods can be followed. Next, third type of problem wherein installment is given and cash price is given, but rate of interest is not given. So in this video we'll discuss the first type of problem, and in the remaining videos and the later video other videos we can discuss the other type of problems. So the first one is first type of problem. This is the problem. So on 1st January 2019, Mr. Ram purchases a car from Bharat showroom on hire purchase basis. The cash price of the asset is 82,000. So installments are paid as follows. So down payment is rupees 12,000, which is paid on signing the agreement. At the end of first year 17,000. At the end of second year 16,000. At the end of third year 55,000. Rate of interest is 10% per annum on the cash price. So you are required to pass the journal entries in the books of hire purchase and hire seller. So before passing the journal entries, we have to do this working note wherein you have to find out the principal amount and the interest amount for each year. Okay, now we have five table consisting of 5 columns. So these are the years. So on first 1/1/2016 we make the down payment of rupees 12,000. So it doesn't carry any interest, so therefore the principal amount is 12,000. So therefore after making the down payment, the remaining outstanding balance is going to become 70,000. So on the at the end of the first year, the installment amount supposed to be paid is 17,000. So you can easily calculate the interest. How do you calculate the interest? On outstanding balance. What is the outstanding balance on this date? So 70,000. So 70,000 into 10% is equal to 7,000. So now after deducting interest from installment amount, you get the principal amount of rupees 10,000. Therefore, after deducting principal amount from the outstanding balance on that day is, outstanding balance of the previous one, that is at the end of the year you had a outstanding balance of 70,000, and from that you have to deduct the principal amount of this installment, so 10,000, so you get 60,000. So now we'll go to the next 2017 installment. It is 16,000. So interest can be calculated on the outstanding balance. Outstanding balance of on that day 60,000. So amount of interest is 6,000. So hence the principal amount is 16,000 minus 6,000, 10,000. So this 10,000 is to be deducted from the outstanding balance of the previous year, 60,000. So you get the outstanding balance of this year, that is 50,000. So then we'll move on to the last installment, which is 55,000, and interest can be calculated is like this: 50,000, that is outstanding balance on that day, 50,000 into 10%, 5,000. So principal amount included in this installment is 55,000 minus 5,000 is equal to 50,000. Therefore the outstanding balance remaining is 0. So now let us find out the interest total and principal total. So interest total is 18,000 and principal total is 82,000. So hence we get the purchase price, higher purchase price, which is equal to 1 lakh. Let's discuss the journal entries. So first, in the books of hire purchase. So all these journal entries are explained in very in detail in my next video. This is the second type of problem. Okay, so first method, so as we all know, so there are two methods of problems. The first one, in first case we capitalize only the portion of cash price paid. So for that, the first journal entry in the on 1/1/2016 for down payment paid, cards account debtor to bank account. Down payment paid is 12,000. Okay, on 31st 12/2016, where your installment amount becomes due, so the first installment amount is due. Cards account is debited with 10,000. Interest account is debited with 7,000. So total amount due to Bharat showroom account is 17,000. So here the installment amount you are going to pay. So Bharat showroom account is debited because he is the receiver and you have paid the cash. So bank account is debited with 17,000. So 31st 12/2016 again. So here we are going to transfer the interest to profit and loss account later to bank account 7,000. So now let us proceed to 2017. So here again second installment amount is due. Cars account data, interest account data to Bharat showroom account. So next journal entry for second installment amount paid, Bharat showroom account data to bank account, so 16,000. Next journal entry to transfer the interest to profit and loss account data to interest account. So next for the 2018, the first journal entry to show the last installment amount due, and second journal entries to show the last installment amount paid, and last journal entry is to transfer the interest to profit and loss. Now let us move on to discuss the second method, wherein we are capitalizing full cash price of the asset. So here the journal entries are quite different. So the first journal entry comes here is cash price of the asset purchase. So you have to debit the asset with the full amount of cash price. So cash account debtor to Bharat showroom account 82,000. Then again to show the down payment made, so Bharat showroom account debtor to bank account. So this is the next journal entry on 31st 12/2016. For the same date, in the previous method, the asset was debited with the principal amount of 10,000 and interest was debited with 7,000. But here, asset is not going to be debited because it is already debited in the first journal entry. The full amount is being debited to the asset account. So we have to debit only the interest account. So as soon as the interest becomes due, interest account is debited, Bharat showroom account is credited. So then to show the installment paid, so you do similar to the previous method. So Bharat showroom account dated to bank account. Then for interest amount transferred to profit and loss account. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Again, the last journal entry is similar to the journal entry we had passed in the previous method. 2017. So first interest amount due, journal entry for interest amount due. Next one installment paid. Next journal entry to transfer interest to profit and loss account. The next journal entry for 2018. So really first installment interest due. Second journal entry for installment amount paid. Last journal entry for interest transfer to profit and loss account. Now let us move on to discuss the journal entries in the books of hire vendor. The first one is a sales made on the date of agreement. So as we all know, we have discussed that in the features of hire purchase. So as soon as on the date of signing the agreement, the goods is going to be transferred from hire vendor to hire buyer or hire purchase. So in the books of hire vendor, he has to pass the journal entry on that day. So Ram's account data to sales account. So here Ram is the hire purchaser and it is a sales to the hire vendor. Okay, next on the same date, hire vendor is going to receive the down payment. So the journal entry is bank account data to Ram's account. And so at the end of the first year, so installment amount is due from hirer. So the journal entry is Ram's account data to interest account, so 7,000. Then next one for installment amount received. So bank account dated to Ram's account. The last journal entry of this year is to transfer interest income to profit and loss account. Interest account dated to profit and loss account. Okay. So later in the next one, 2017, third, fourth, and fifth, they are going to repeat for the next remaining years. Here, Ram's account. So this is for interest amount due, then the installment amount received, then to transfer the interest to profit and loss account. Again, these three journal entries are going to repeat for the last year too. Okay, 2018, Ram's interest amount due, installment amount received, and for transferring the interest to profit and loss account. So very simple. Thank you.